Hello everybody and welcome back to the Hive for the second grand final on Court 1, which you can see live streamed on the Spalding Waratah League Facebook page. My name is King Kramer, alongside me is Rick Bywater, someone that knows a little bit about basketball. Rick, this should be an absolute belter. Penrith versus Central Coast. Where do we see this going? Penrith had a tough win yesterday against Manly, whereas Central Coast beat Newcastle in the F3 derby. Talk to me a bit about this game and what we can expect.
Well, I see going forward in a game like this, the semi-finals, there were 6 and 13 points in the two games. That's never really an indication of what's going to happen in the grand final. And we've got Crusaders coming in on a high of winning, losing only 4 games and winning 18. But the interesting thing is that 2 of those 4 games they lost to Penrith. So, will the trifecta come in for the Penrith boys? We'll have to wait and see that one, but there's no guarantees, as we know in this game.
Well, that's right. You never know what could happen. This is a big game for both teams. Of course, it is the grand final, but they've both been pretty well placed throughout the year. We've got Jacob Cracknell, most points for his team for Central Coast with 14, and the skipper for Penrith, Lachlan Charlton, who I caught up with throughout the season. He's a very humble young man. He's excited for what this game can bring. 20 points per game, which is it's simply mammoth, considering that 2 other players in his team are the closest to him on 12 points per game, Kevin Acheampong and Samuel Paris. So to shut down a key player for Penrith like Lachlan Charlton, what do you have to do? Someone that averages 20 points per game.
I mean, to shut down any player, it's just smart defence and help defence. You know, if you try and do too much, then you're going to bring other players into the game. So you can't over-focus on one player. You have to be aware of him. Now, when they've got 3 players at the end of the season that have averaged double figures, you know, it shows that there's other guys there that can score. And the one thing I always like to see in any team game, I love to see 5 players in double figures in a game. Well, I think they've got the players there that can do that, and as I say, if you try and do too much on one guy, the other guys are going to step into it.
Well, there are a number of players in this Penrith side as Central Coast. Of course, we've got Moose's son, Ollie Rabilia, playing one of the Sydney Kings' greats sons. He's been fantastic. Thomas Akamamoy as well. The list just goes on for Central Coast, and they've been stacked for a number of years now in the youth men's division competition. Just how was it so easy for them to attract talent down in the Central Coast?
Well, I wonder about the word easy. I mean, Central Coast is a fabulous place to live, but when you look at the nursery up there, the size of that area, the young families that have sort of grown up there. I remember Central Coast used to be a retirement spot, you know, where people would leave Sydney and say, yeah, I'm going up there to just relax by the beach. But as we've seen over many years, many young families have moved in there, so they've got a huge pool up there to choose from. But again, it's got to be supported by the right program. So if your program is structured and you've got somewhere to start these kids and bring them through, well, this is the reward you see out there now.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. And Rick, before we get underway, let's go through the lineups. Take us through Central Coast and Penrith. What do you see and how do you see it happening?
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking to a couple of coaches after the senior game last night about things that happened in their semi-finals, and they both said to me, well, tomorrow's a different game, so don't expect to be identical to what we've just seen now. And speaking to Steve Sardi before this game, only 10-15 minutes ago, about the fact that they'd won their last 2 encounters, he said, but hey, adjustments will be made. So I think the past is the past, and I think as long as the coaches don't go too far away from their normal game plan, but there will be adjustments. There will be adjustments that the coaches have thought, well, okay, this is what happened yesterday. Can we sort of, you know, tweak this a little bit here to make it work for us, to shut them down, or to give us better scoring opportunities?
Well, that's right. And for Central Coast, go through the lineup: number 4, Jacob Cracknell; number 5, Hamish Loader; 11, Tom Akamamoy; 7, Luke Cassidy; 8, Oliver Rabilia, the skipper; 10, Ezra Genzenvort; 9, Daniel Titus; 14, Max Cooper; 13, Nick Wooler; 15, Joe Crick; 12, Brandon Ferris; 6, Richard Whitmore. For the Penrith Panthers, number 5, Thomas Cow; number 6, Samuel Paris; 7, Daniel Goldrick; 8, James Caban; 10, Kevin Acheampong; 11, Lachlan Charlton, who is the skipper; 12, Bailey McCurtain, 13 Joel Klein, 21 Noel Massimo, 20 Josh Shepherd. The coach for Central Coast is Chris Olbach. For Penrith is Steve Sardi. We're not long now. The referees for this game, 3 referees who've done some fantastic work all year. We've got Marco Nikolic, Luke Joseph, Chloe Erskine, who'll be refereeing this game.
And the big thing for the players out there, and I hope the youthful exuberance doesn't take over, is that this is another game of basketball. Don't try and do something you haven't been doing all year. Do what you've been doing that's gotten you here.
Well, that's exactly right. Words of wisdom from someone that knows his basketball. Rick Bywater alongside me. My name's Keane Quagmire. Not far now from tip-off. We've just tipped off. Straight away goes to Penrith. Paris with the ball in his hands. We started off with the Division 1 women's game, grand finale. Hills upset, not upset, but they beat Hornsby quite comfortably. It's a good win from them. There's Acheampong with the basketball now. Going to work, great feed inside. Outstanding D, but what a play to start us off through Josh Shepherd.
Josh Shepherd just showed his quickness and agility there to get on the outside of his man and just thread that pass in.
It was an impressive play earlier on, and that's the sort of thing that you might find Central Coast wanting to readjust, because it was way too easy, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, especially this stage of the game when everyone's fresh and defensively you should be all over that.
Should indeed. He misses the first, but we look at both benches. It's absolutely stacked with talent. Throughout the season, they've done really well. Penrith, of course, have a championship men's team back in business, which is good to see. And their youth men's team, of course, are in the final now. So the talent coming through them, their ranks, is pretty special. As Crackle takes JC, well, he's continuing on from yesterday. How was that, Rick?
A little shake and bake, and I'm going to turn you around 3 times and eat you up. That was great.
It was very nice to watch.
See, we've got a similar thing with Penrith. You know, the nursery out there is enormous. You know, the young families and the youth coming through, and they're very sports orientated. So I think we can see the results here of 2 brilliant areas that are starting to do something special as far as their structure and everything goes.
We have to question how they're going to stop Cracknell today, Penrith, because someone yesterday told me that he's the type of player that they'd want in their team, and for good reason, after what you just saw just then, a shake and bake, finish at the hoop with pure intent. And these isolation plays for him will be working wonders. Skipper Lachlan Charlton is going to guard him. A lovely three-pointer from Richard Whitmore.
Lovely step back there.
Silky smooth, wasn't it? As Acheampong takes off the Euro step, can't quite finish it. Cracknell goes for the ball, and off they go for a fast break. To Akamamoy. Cracknell with a kick out back to Whitmore. Will he finish it once again? Yes, he will. Does. How was that, Rick? That was brilliant.
Yeah, I liked it. So Cracknell shown that he can take it to the hoop and he can draw and dish. Great start for him.
So earlier on, we see Cracknell taking control of this matchup. The foot of the mountains. It's a great place to live, we know that. They'll be watching this game with full intent, seeing how their team can get back into this. They've started off slow, 2 seconds on the shot clock. Acheampong will just have to pull it up. He'll miss off a step back 3, and off Central Coast go through Akamamoy. So they may have the height, Penrith, but my goodness, Central Coast is creating really well for themselves.
Oh, he couldn't finish. Did all the hard work and just couldn't finish.
Through Ferris, but they'd want more of that. Getting it inside, do his work as Whitmore steals the ball. 3-on-2 opportunity. What can they do? Whitmore to Rebellion. Looked like it was almost a travel. A lovely soft touch by Ferris.
Yeah, they got out of trouble there. The fast break ended up with 2 guys on the one side getting in each other's way, but somehow they got out of it.
So Coach Sardi is very nervous. He's bent down. He doesn't know what he's going to do now, because it's 9 points to 1. They're going to get Charlton involved somehow, and he'll finish it with a lovely 3.
I like that. I like that. Very controlled.
The step back move. It's the right option, isn't it? It's a great play. Whitmore with the basketball now. It's fast-paced action. The Hive is going berserk. Whitmore will pull it up for another 3. He'll miss it or go short. And off goes Charlton. Will he go coast to coast?
Ooh, Yes.
An offensive foul.
Great defence. Great defence.
As forward of the year in the All-Star 5, Thomas Akamamoy gets the charge. Well, I think it was a bit of a rush play there. To say the least, what do you think?
Well, they'd been controlling the ball up to that point in time, and then I think he sort of pushed it a little too much there. Here we go again.
A little too much as JC tries to go with his left hand, not to be, and they'll push the ball here through Paris. Over the top from Charlton. Great lockdown D down low. And Paris will pull it up.
Sweet as.
Swish 3 from the left 45, almost left elbow, and it's a great look. It's a great shot, well worked. Akamamoy's demanding the ball, demanding traffic. The fans are piling on in here. At the Hive, the Hills Association is a trouble for a billiard.
Well, that was good D inside there. Had a lot of help. He just had a brick wall in front of him and nowhere to go.
Well, they've got back into this game, Penrith, sneakily, 9 points to 6, a couple of big plays, big baskets, but they'll need more of that magic. There's no doubting that.
They've just got to get through their offense.
We've seen a bit of it. We need more of it, though.
Oh, nice screen in there. Unlucky.
It's a tough pass.
Yeah, he rolled nicely, but he just half a second behind the play was the passer.
So it's all clutch.
A good help again.
Nice solid ball there by Shepherd. A big body, they need more of him. He started off quite strong. It's halfway through the first quarter, and we're liking what we're seeing from both these sides. Paris will launch a 3, falls short. Here comes Billy with the clean-up. Options from his right and to his left.
Good choice, good choice.
Gives it to Whitmore. Lovely, silky smooth finish. And what a start we have here.
Yeah, great vision by Ruby there. He looked left, he looked right, and saw the left was wide open, and he hit the open man. That's the best shot you can get, is the open man.
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? It is absolutely brilliant. And we'd just like to thank Spalding, great sponsors, CSM as well. There are a number of sponsors that have helped us put on this weekend, and Rick, being a part of basketball for quite some time, have you ever seen such nice apparel that CSM have made for us?
You say we look pretty sharp and pretty swish.
I think so. I think so. That's what I'm trying to say.
Is this a self-endorsement? Yeah, no, the gears come up great, so it's very impressive, and you look the part as a unit. Yeah, I've got to say, I picked up your comment before about Steve Sardi being down on the sideline down there. I've known Steve, the coach, for a long, long time, and speaking to him before the game, I've never seen the guy so nervous. It's amazing.
Which is somewhat unusual because for the year that he's had, he's a great coach, we know that. And it's going to be another good year for him, you would think. I mean, if he can win this game, get that championship for Penrith, it would go a long way. Will Central Coast carry that flag?
And I think you see him take a couple of days off, jump on his red Ducati and take off into the wild world yonder. Loves his motorbike.
There you go. Is that how he got here, did he?
I hope not.
On his Ducati. I mean, the amount of talented youth players there are in this state, there's much to be desired. It's sensational. Shepherd goes to work. Downlow can't finish it. As Billiard cleans it up.
Yeah, the big man just needs to settle a little bit more.
Yeah, he does. There's Cracknell with the basketball on Charlton. We really love this matchup.
Oh, class.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, and he's got it back again.
Back to Cracknell. Here comes Billiard.
Cracknell doesn't stop. Oh, don't jump in the air.
It's all these tough plays. It's just not really working for Central Coast, is it?
Not at the moment, but it's early days.
It is. Way more to come. Way more basketball. Enjoyment Central.
Forcing it up now.
And they've locked down their key player. Sakamamo will have to go up strong, and he does too. Tough shot. Fade away. I mean, what a play.
I like that.
What is it about that play that makes it so likeable? I mean, it's a tough shot. It's not the most viable option, is it?
No, it's a very tough. It's a very low percentage shot, and I think that's what makes it pretty spectacular when it comes off.
When you can get it, that's for sure. Fast break for Central Coast. Akamamoi will trail, pull up at 3. He'll miss it. Will he clean up his own rebound? No. Charlton's underneath that.
Penrith have got a box out after that shot. Yeah, nice. Oh.
They do great work by Achimpong, but it's his fast breaks that are really killing both sides. They're really utilising that option.
Yeah, I've noticed both teams just strolling a little bit instead of that desperation to get back and be first back. They're letting the offense sometimes get away from them.
That's it. Shepherd comes off. We've got Noel Massimo on for Penrith. A great rotation. It's what they need, the Panthers. So Achimpong will miss free throw. But again, early stages, first quarter, 3.5 to go, 14 points to 6. Action-packed day in front of us. As Whitmore now has the basketball in his hands. Lockdown D by Paris. And how about this defence by Penrith? I mean, Whitmore's the danger man. We know that. Durability back to Whitmore.
Getting it now, 3 seconds. Oh, just 3 seconds to go, 2 seconds to go, and the foul's called.
Daniel Goldrick with getting his hands in the play just a little bit too much.
Sometimes that's what happens when you get the quick little man in near the big man.
Yeah, that's the case. You've got a mismatch down low. It's not easy to contain. So Whitmore will go to work on Paris. Charlton gets his foot in the way. Akamamoi is lucky to get the shots. It looked like a blocking charge to me.
The trouble is the offensive man takes off in the air, and after that, he'll always get the call. It's just the way they referee him.
That's right. And Sadi does like to question, doesn't he?
He's a coach, isn't he?
That's right. Which coaches don't?
Not that it makes any difference at the end of the day. I think it's just getting that frustration out.
That's right. What do you love about coaching? What was your favourite part?
After the game, after a win. No, I shouldn't say that. No, it started on the training court. I used to love the training sessions. Even as a player, I used to love the training sessions, and as a coach, yeah, because that was where all the hard work was done.
That's right.
The game was easy.
That's it. Once you know you put in the hard work, you've done pretty well for yourself. And the plays know it too. Moving the ball, Achimpong's got the play, 10 seconds to go. Well, they do, they turn it over. No. Touched by Central Coast.
A little hand in there.
The early stages, well, we got in bright and early. Very early for us, but we enjoyed it. We've enjoyed it. We've enjoyed the weekend. Achimpong spins. He put it up. No, he misses. What are they going to do?
Stolen from him.
Akamamoi off to Whitmore. So the challenge is really keeping it consistent. But Central Coast have done a pretty good job at that. As Whitmore might hit the 3 to make it even more consistent.
There's a dagger.
It is. Whitmore's really stepped up today. He was great yesterday. He's doing it all again. What a player. I know they're going to do some lockdown D, Central Coast. Charlton gets found on the move, so again, they need more of Lachlan Charlton, Penrith, don't they?
Yeah, I think that time he got his man isolated. There was the help, but it was too far away, and so we thought, well, I'm going to take you. And as normally happens, you either get to the hoop or you get the call.
Yeah, that's right. As Goldrick takes a breather, he's strapped on his wrist. He's not too happy. His tricep, sorry. No, it's big for him. Someone who's that rangy, that lengthy. He's quite content on the basketball court, but sometimes things just don't go your way.
That's where the mind game comes in.
Yeah, you got to be smart, don't you?
Got to be smart and mentally tough.
You having to do both. Here we are on court one, the show court here at Hills. Bit of a try for Central Coast, but their fans going to get right behind them. Is that a big three?
I like that.
It is indeed. Wow, Hamish Loder's loading it up, and he's converting. So it was great to see from Loder. And finding the ball in his hands early. He's just come off the bench, fresh as a daisy. Some more of that. Is Acheampong can't make it. Charlton's underneath. Ball loose on the ground. Picked up by Central Coast. Wow, what an intense game of basketball we've got ourselves into today. 1 minute to go. We've loved it. As Rebellion takes it. Can't quite finish it. Underneath goes Paris. Basketball at its finest.
Got a hand in the way there, deflection.
50 seconds to go. It's been a quick first quarter.
Oh.
Whitmore to Rebellion. Wow, what a 3. 24 points to 9. Central Coast lead Penrith. This is crazy, isn't it?
Well, I was just about to say, when they got the ball back there, Central Coast, they didn't try and rush it down or do anything sort of too fast. Brought it down, set it up and hit it.
Which is huge. They'll have the last play of the game, you would think now. 24 seconds on the clock.
Yep.
What will they do? This is the question. What will Allback want from his team?
Well, he doesn't want to give the ball up too early.
No, it's really all about the right play.
Shot clock and game clock identical just about.
4 seconds on the clock. Rebellion fades away. Charlton will just have to throw it up. Will he do that? No, the clock will beat them. Quarter time score, Central Coast 24, Penrith 9. Great quarter by Central Coast. Penrith, much to be desired, I think.
Yeah, I'd like to see Penrith free the ball up a little bit more on offense. I think I'd like to see... sorry, I'm having trouble with his name.
Thomas Akamamo.
Akamamo, that's the guy. I practiced that 10 times before I started to. I'd like to see him give the ball up a little bit and let it come back to him. I think the ball's sort of sitting in his hands too long, and that makes the defence, makes their job easier. When there's just one man, he's not going anywhere, and everyone's standing around. You've got to get some motion, free up that defence.
That's right. That's exactly it, Rick. And I think more often than not, you'd find that Central Coast, they've got so many strike weapons on the court at all times. I mean, Penrith have the right options defensively, but when these guys put the ball on the floor, they're not easy to guard.
Exactly.
And that's what we can expect in the second quarter, you would think. So 24 points to 9, Central Coast lead Penrith. A lot of action, top point scorers and all. We've got the stats coming soon. Jam-packed, and we're looking forward to bringing all the action to you.
Well, you look at 24 to 9, you think, yeah, 24 points is maybe 4 points more than what you want to give away in a quarter, to keep it below 20. But the 9 points, that's the telling tale up there. Penrith's been forced into tough shots, and that's why there's only 9 on the board. We've got to work harder.
That's exactly right. And we look at the stats now. We've got Richard Whitmore, on 11 points. He's hit 3 from 3 3-pointers. No one comes within Cooey besides... No, that's it. No one comes within Cooey of Richard Whitmore, 11 points. Wow, what a player, eh? A guard who has done it all so far.
Well, when you've got a guy that can handle the ball like he handles it, can take it to the hoop, can hit the open shot, wow, that's a great starting point. And he's tough on D.
Yes, he is. Really tough on defense. Great handles. No one's managed to contain him yet. Contain and maintain. That's the motto for Penrith at the moment. Second quarter underway here in the Hills. What a facility. What a day. Get in here early. We've got a number of big games to come. Championship Women, Championship Men's. The youth men's been impressive.
Well, yesterday was so good. If I'd had a sleeping bag, I would have slept up in the grandstands ready for this morning instead of going home.
Mind you, the seats are very comfortable up there, Rick. So, you don't even need a sleeping bag. I think you could happily just lie across the seats. You'll be all right.
Ask me about that at 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's it. It's Paris with the basketball. Caban loses it. What a pass to Achapong. He saw nothing of it. Behind the back and along the floor. What a play.
Yeah, sometimes the man has trouble seeing that coming and struggles to pick it up, but no, that's picked up cleanly and put away.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, even better pass underneath by Akamamo.
Yes.
Straight to the man off the bench, and Hamish Loader. We didn't see much of him yesterday, but today it's a different ball game. What a moment. Subs on the floor. Number 10, Ezra Gansenfort. On for number 12, Brandon Ferris. And it's moments like these you really appreciate players coming off the bench and contributing.
Well, that's the beauty of any sport when you've got a bench that can come on and either maintain a level or even give you that burst of energy to lift you.
Yeah, exactly right.
Pass.
The lockdown D by Central Coast is causing headaches for Penrith. As the ball goes to the Crusaders. Here we go.
Yeah, nice defensive play there. Dig in, put the pressure on.
Make them work. That's the motto for Central Coast. 27 points to 11. It was a lot harder yesterday against Newcastle, I can tell you that much. But Penrith, I wouldn't take anything away from them yet. Gansenfort goes to work, low post and finish. Wow.
Lovely spin move.
It was a lovely spin move. He made it look easy, didn't he?
Well and truly, like the defense just didn't react.
That's it. No reaction at all from Penrith. And yeah, you have to wonder now, with all these rotations going on for Central Coast, they'd be pretty content. Give some of the players a breather for now.
Yes, it's a long game, and if you can keep your players all fresh,
they're going to work on it. So these big moments, Caban will just have to throw it up.
Oh!
Backboard. Wowee. Fading away too.
No, it doesn't count, mate. He didn't call it.
That's right.
The faker has to be called.
He didn't. Akamamoy misses the open jumper, and off they go. We've seen a lot of teams this weekend get back into the game. Just when it looked like times were tough and you thought they'd lose, is Caban with a nice move and foul. Well done by Caban.
Yeah, that quickness inside. 3 men around him, but someone's going to reach in.
That's right. Joel Klein's about to come on for Penrith. Replacing what looks to be Achapong. Achapong's off. But it's been an impressive game for Central Coast. We've just got a bit of a look, maybe a collateral. Just got to look at the jerseys. Let's see if they're going to rotate. Yes, they will. I think they will be. Two to come. Jacob Cracknell is off. They've got a youngster in Luke Cassidy on for Central Coast. He looks very raw, raring to go. And I'll make the second. So Caban's helping Penrith off that bench. This is what we've come to expect. We came to see this. We came to see two young teams fighting it out for the chance to be crowned Division 1 Youth Men Champions.
Oh, unlucky, did everything right. Just wouldn't drop for him.
That's right. As long as they get themselves in a position to be able to do that, it's always good. Akamama going to work. Pass it to Rabili, off to Whitmore. The three will go short, and he made 3 from 3 in the first quarter. This quarter, he's struggling.
Yeah, but it was the right shot. He was open, his feet were set, he was facing the basket. Don't begrudge him that one.
No.
Just didn't have enough legs.
That's right. He's a bit more bent, or is it the arch?
It didn't get very high.
No. Mixture of both. Look at the pressure Central Coast are putting on Penrith, playing full court. It's not something you plan for this early on in the game. And that really just comes down to fitness.
Yeah, I like to see a coach mixing it up too.
When you were a coach, you prefer playing man-to-man or zone defence?
Oh, look, I used to try and mix it up with zone pressure, zone defences, man-to-man, denial, getting those lanes, just keep mixing it up. If you allow a team to settle, it suits them.
That's exactly right. That's why man-to-man is so important. If you've got the fitness to maintain it, it's always good. Paris on the floor.
Nice.
Brilliant jump and a lovely finish, and they just open that space up for him.
I mean, all defences is about man-to-man. It's just a case of where and how you're running it. Whether it's a zone that's still a man-to-man.
Yeah, it does help. It really does.
And people think they can sort of have a rest on a zone. Well, they're obviously not playing zone properly.
Well, exactly. And here they go.
Yep.
Lovely bullet pass to Klein. Couldn't quite finish it. Lovely clean up from Penrith and Noel Massimo, who has come to play.
Yeah, I thought Massimo just threw that pass one dribble too early. They didn't draw the defence, but boy, did he make up of it. Grabbed the rebound and put it back. And the +1.
He was truly great in that situation. Truly someone you love in your team, especially coming off the bench. It's brilliant to see.
Yeah, I know Moose Rabigan sitting down there on the coaching bench. He was a very classy, talented player, but he was an effort player as well, and he'd love to be seeing that.
In terms of Kings players, where would you put him?
Oh, that's a tough question. Tough question. Are we leaving out the imports?
Let's say Australian players.
I'd have him in any team I had, put it that way.
There you go. In Rick Bywater's starting 5, you know it's good.
Oh, wait, I said team, not starting 5.
We'll say team. We'll leave it with team. That's good. Whitmore will just have to pull it.
Pressure pass. Pressure shot.
Pulls the trigger.
Yeah, Rabian held up nicely there, waiting for the contact. The defence was a little bit too keen, a bit too late.
You know, it's plays like that. It's the effort plays, as you said. You know, it takes after his dad, just being able to play hard and fast basketball, clean up those rebounds. As Cracknell looks to come back onto the court. Had a little bit of a breather earlier, so we haven't seen too much of him. That's set to change, we'd imagine, as Whitmore comes off.
Yeah, you don't keep a classy player quiet all game. At some stage, that player's going to get loose.
That's right. The Cracknell is the player you want, though. That's the thing. You want someone like him on the court.
Well, I coached his dad, and his dad was, despite being left-handed, was quite a good player, but he was an effort player, a real effort player. And if there was a ball on the floor, he was the first one on the floor getting it. You know, he chased down everything, went after every rebound.
Does he remind you of him a little bit, do you think, the way he plays?
No.
Jacob Cracknell?
Jacob's normal, he's right-handed.
But does he remind you does he remind you a bit of how he plays in terms of scoring the baskets defensively?
Probably two different styles of play. Totally, you talk about a guard and you talk about a forward. So different roles, but as I say, the effort is there.
Well, it's the effort plays that matter, as does this. Will that help? No, it won't. Cassidy, one of the smallest men on the court, gets the rebound. Well, that's massive for Central Coast. Lovely pass.
Too easy.
Backdoor cut by Akamamo. No one saw that coming.
Yeah, the defence was watching the ball, not keeping an eye on their man.
It really does hurt. It hurts your cause.
Good back door. Yeah, the defence has always got to keep that triangle in mind where they can see their own player and see the ball. If you lose sight of either one, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you are, which both teams are having troubles with at the moment because we have seen that 2 occasions. Cuts to the basket, no one's been there.
Too often the defence is reactive. It's got to be proactive. It's got to anticipate what's going to happen.
And that just comes from experience, doesn't it? The more often you play,
yep,
the better you become at that. Harris misses the second. Here comes Rubillion on the clean-up. And off and away go the Crusaders. Well, it's been a marvellous game so far. Basket after basket, stop after stop. Central Coast are up by 11, but you wouldn't have thought so. Akamamo pulled with 3 seconds on the clock. That would have been a coach killer, but great D from Penrith.
Well, Penrith are slowly working their way back into their game. They're holding them this quarter.
They've done a good job at it too.
Oh,
Caban makes a move. Blocking foul. Well, would you believe that? When it, you know, I like the call. Either way, it's 50-50. But look, I think the refs made a good call then. But the Central Coast thought it was a charge. It's a tough one, but they made the right call.
Yeah, well, I guess I can use that I'll get out. I probably wasn't in the best position to see it, but I thought it was a charge.
There we go. Yeah, it's clutch. Two shots.
I'm sitting up here. This is easy. Don't give me a whistle.
We've got one of the easiest jobs in the business, giving you the action, calling it for you. We see it as we see it.
And the best seats in the house.
They are right on halfway. No complaints where I'm sitting. Everyone in the grandstand's loving this game. More and more fans will be stacking in. Make sure you get your tickets. You can get them at the door here at Hills Association. We've got some big games ahead. Championship Women's, Sutherland versus Norths. Championship Men, we've got Norths versus Newcastle. Michigan State play at Austin Thornton. Playing in that game too. Some tough passes. But we've got some substitutions. Zach Marmoy comes off. 4 minutes to go in this game.
Interesting sub, a big man on for a smaller man. Obviously a different change in tactics.
He's been reasonably quiet this game, Akamarmoy. He hasn't done an awful lot, but when you're winning by 11, something's going to be falling. As does that. We saw him yesterday. Max Cooper, he made some big shots down the stretch to give Central Coast the victory. Yeah, we talk about contributing off the bench. He's the type of person you want in your team. As Charlton will pull it up for 3. He'll miss it. Rubilli, great box out. Off they go, the Crusaders. Tough as nails. And the ref calls a foot violation.
That court's never long enough, never wide enough.
And that's it. That's it, 3.5 to go in the first half. Action-packed, it was 24-9 to Crusaders at quarter time. Penrith have scored more points now. They've settled in, and it's all about the jitters, isn't it, in grand finals?
Yeah, get that first quarter out of the way, and then you're into the battle.
Yeah, it's certainly different. It's different from the best. As Charlton pulls up from the free throw line, he can't make the shot. And off go the Crusaders. Look, they're very lucky that Charlton hasn't found his range yet.
It's a good D there. Oh, he's found his range there. Woo!
Yeah, it looks like Cooper is well intact to continue this fine form. Wowee. Here they go. The Crusaders, back-to-back threes for Cooper. Like their chances right now.
Oh, what a tough shot. The old left skyhook.
Only the best of the best can hit that one. Will Cooper go 3 from 3?
Oh!
Here he goes. Cooper. 3-point specialist. Wowza. He likes what he's seeing. And so is Central Coast. They got up. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, a play like that can come on and hit some massive shots.
And the worst thing for Max Cooper at the moment is this timeout. He wants the game to keep going. He wants to, he's in a rhythm out there. He doesn't want to be sitting down there letting himself cool down a bit.
No, he definitely doesn't. 42-25. To the Central Coast Crusaders with 2.5 minutes remaining. They've got to do something about that. They've got to lock him down.
Well, how quickly, as we said before, the game can change. 3 big bombs like that in a row, and we've got a score that's widened out.
You've got to do something. Yeah,
blown out.
That's right. That's exactly it. And what a day. It's been great, hasn't it? It's been really fun to watch this game so far. And, we look at some of the past champions in a lot of these leagues. It really is great to see. I love it. I think it's fantastic. Some big name players. I'm looking through some of the championship men's past award recipients. Chris Stauber, David Barlow, Cameron Tovey, one of the greats. BJ Carter, Luke Martin, Kevin White, Dan Jackson, Ryan Thompson. God, it's great to see a lot of these big names, because I remember growing up watching a lot of these fellas play. It's outstanding. That's grand final MVP. Then you got season MVPs.
Yeah, being a Bankstown boy, I just caught Jason Caddy's name there in 2016. I mean, what a buzz he created, when in his off-season of the NBL, he played in this league and just gave it everything he had. He wasn't there for a picnic, he was there to win, and that was great. We need more of that.
Well, he was happy. He's a Bankstown boy. He's a junior. He was happy that they won it. Paris puts it up. Whitmore, great box outs by Central Coast, and the point guard picks it up. 2 minutes to go. And off they go as Cooper finds Cracknell. Basketball, we love it. Tough shot by Cooper. I mean, when you're hot, but he's maybe pushing his buttons a little bit too much there. Oh, airball. Penrith.
Just looking at that last defensive setup by Penrith, it looked almost like some type of match-up zone they were trying to get into. Let's have another look this time down court.
That's right. Well, they've caught a timeout. Joe Crick's come on the court. We didn't see him yesterday, but we're going to see him today. Let's see what he can bring to this team. Three-quarter time. Sorry, no, not even three-quarter time. That's my fault. 42-25, timeout with 1:35 to go in the second quarter.
So this is where now Penrith have just got to settle, focus on their defence.
We've got a bit of action going on off air between Rick and Tim. There's a lot to love about it. Rick, can you give us a bit of an insight into what you and good old Timmy Wheeling were talking about?
Well, Timmy and I follow different football teams. He follows the Eels and I follow the Bulldogs, and it's a case of who's going to get that spoon for the draw the kitchen draw this year. So it's an ongoing battle.
So they've both been fairly bad years, to say the least. I'm a Bunnies fan, so I'm pretty happy about how they're going. I've had many years of failure, so it's nice to see them doing pretty well, which is good. So, a couple of plays to go, 2 or 3 maybe plays of basketball to go in this second quarter. It's been a great half. We'll take a break. We'll bring you all the third quarter action. It's been outstanding. Crusaders maybe a little bit too good. 17 points they're leading by at the moment.
No, the back end of man, it looks like they're just switching everything. I think, what are they doing there?
They're quick.
Well, they're not boxing out. That's what they're not doing.
No, that's exactly right. As it travels court on the three-point hero, Maxi Cooper. Minute 17. What can be done here?
Yeah, I bet you they won't be giving Maxi Cooper as much space as what they were. Oh, what's this we got here? An offensive foul.
No, it doesn't look it, and you wouldn't expect that's going to be the case when he's hit so many threes.
I was going to say before, I mean, the game's been played in quite a controlled fashion. You know, sometimes you can get the youth league games where they just go up and down like crazy, but this is a very controlled game. Oh, he lost the handle on that. Smart enough to get it back.
But Crick can't finish it under the basket. He's the type of player you want on the bench because he gives it to his players. He's static. He's always happy. When they're doing something well, he'll make it known. Charlton goes long off the side of the rim, and he hasn't been hitting as many shots as he normally does. It's that simple. Great strong take by Nick Wooler. Sorry, not Nick Wooler. Yes, it is. No, it's Brandon Ferris. Ferris is that guy you want to feed the ball to.
Strong move, very strong.
An even stronger move by Penrith. The man off the bench has come on and done some wonders. Number 5 in Thomas Cow. We've gone cross court for the Crusaders. And Cracknell hasn't done many mistakes throughout this game. That's probably one of the first ones we've seen. 12 seconds to go. Penrith will have the last shot. What can they come up with? This is big for them. Big for Paris. We think he wants the last shot. He does. He takes it to the rack. Goes to the line for 2. Well, they stopped the play, didn't they, at the end of the day?
It was a good, strong move, though. I like his style.
Yeah, he's exciting. He truly is.
It's one thing to get there, but then you've got to have the ball, protect the ball and the control of the ball, you know, to finish it off. And he did all that then.
He did, but you know what? It's not a bad foul because it now gives Central Coast the ball with 7 seconds to go on the clock. To see if they can put more points on the board, considering Penrith just missed 2 free throws. Let's see what Whitmore can come up with. Does he want it? No, he doesn't.
Whoa,
Charlton steals it. Can he just put it up? No, he can't. Good still. Gets his hands in the passing lane. At halftime, we've got Central Coast leading Penrith 44 points to 27. We'll come back with about a minute and a half remaining to give you all the stats update, everything you need to know leading into the third quarter. My name is Keegan Kramer. Alongside me is Rick Bywater. We hope you're enjoying the action. We'll speak to you soon. Welcome back to the Hive. What a game we have in store for you today. Half-time.
Personal fouls?
We're just double-checking just confirming a few things. All right, so half-time. My name is Keane Cramer, alongside me is Rick Bywater. What a game. 44 points to 27. Penrith looking like they're struggling a little bit to contain Central Coast. A number of their players have been fantastic. Rick, give us a bit of a stats update leading into the third quarter.
Well, I think of the two teams, obviously the Crusaders have been the smoother team of the two. What they've done, they seem to be organised, structured on everything that they've done. It's reflected in the scoreboard there. Some of the performance in there that we look at, where you've got. Well, I think we just let the game get on. We'll get back to the stats at half time.
All right, so we'll get them to you soon. As Akamamoy locking down Charlton, someone who we expected so much from leading into this match, and he's really struggled to deliver for a lot of the time. A gentleman, he knows what he's talking about. And Cracknell gets underneath it. The Crusaders, they're firing. They're coming into this third quarter with a bang. Strong box out, a few rebounds. They've got their strongest five on the court right now. What can they bring? Whitmore certainly knows what he wants to bring. He falls short off the front of the hoop. Great offensive board from Central Coast, and yesterday we saw a lot of that for them. They've got a knack for finding the rebounds.
Oh, one drop.
Sprays wide.
Oh, pass.
And a travel for Daniel Goldrick.
Just a little skippy hop there. Big man on a burst, not much space to work in.
Yeah, which is tough, because the right option from Charlton too. 3-on-1, what are they going to do?
Get in each other's way.
It seems that that's the case.
Look like Penrith went into a press there, up court, trying to take some of the... Oh, lovely shot, lovely shot.
Yeah, it was a smooth pull-up by Tommy Akamamoy. That's why he was in the All-Star 5. Moments like that you just treasure for a player like him.
Nothing forced.
Just plain and simple at the end of the day. Yeah, it was certainly a blocking foul there. Akamamoy, but look, he's already 2 fouls down out of the 5 because he's done things like that. But it's not a bad play at all. I think you've got the guts to do it. It helps. And let's see what Penrith can do off this sequence of play. Bench calling for a travel, but not if Josh Shepherd has anything to say about that. He'll go to the line for 2 more. Rick, let's go back to the stats.
Yeah, the big man goes to work. Well, fortunately, there's not anyone in any real foul trouble. The only one up there is Ezra Gazenvoort with 3 fouls. So that's a good starting point for us. We don't want to see anyone fouled out. Don't like to see games decided by players sitting on the bench.
No.
Well, the big man hits the first one.
What about points?
Yeah.
What have we got?
Well, at half-time, we had Hamish Loader for the Crusaders had 6 points, shooting 100%. Fabulous. Of course, Richard Whitmore got his 11 points out there, and
we'll get back to Rick in a second. As the Panthers through Paris have the basketball. It's a huge play. Communication's key. What can they bring? Hamish Loader's got 6. What else have we got?
Because Max Cooper hit those big 3 threes, gave him 9 points going into half-time. But both teams have spread the scoring. They've both got 8-9 scorers on the board, which, oh, defence there. That was too easy. It's too easy.
Way too easy. As Paris is putting his ear out, something's going on, but we're not quite sure what it is. There's a bit of chatter. Akamamoi's having a go as well. So the refs are just going to have a quick discussion about what just unfolded.
Yeah, I noticed a little bit of bump as the two teams left the court for the half-time break. So maybe something's brewing. Just letting them, each other know they're there.
Yeah, you'd have to think so. That's all we're seeing. It's a technical foul. And we're not quite sure why, but it's a technical foul. And on Akamamoy, we think. No, it's not Akamamoy. It's a Crusaders ball.
Yeah, it's on Paris.
Paris, technical foul, which... Okay, I love that they're being strict here, the referees. Not letting anything get too out of hand, which is great. As Rebellion is as open as anything you'll ever see all day, and he airballs a three-pointer, but I think he was a bit too shocked that he was that open.
He hesitated because he thought someone's going to come, but they didn't.
That's right.
Too much time to think about it then.
Right, Harris down low. Sorry, Paris, I should say. Backs it to Goldrick. Goldrick wants to take it himself. Takes him top steps, off he goes. Great work with the pivot foot.
Big man on little man. Close to the basket.
There's only one result. And that is always going to be 2 points.
Penrith are back in the zone. Try to contain them, but you've got to get to them.
What a
yes.
JC.
Oh, I like that. Man, you should never be able to dribble into a zone and load the ball up like that, but he just did.
Oh, smooth. The smooth operator himself. Charlton in and out of the hoop. Foul there. Ball goes the way of Central Coast, but again, just the way Cracknell was able to get to that basket is so impressive.
Cracknell's just showing how quick he is, and the effort to back it up. He got there first.
Yeah, it's so simple for him.
And obviously, I think Charlton was a bit slower in reacting because he was disappointed with the shot he threw up.
Yeah, and for good reason. I think he's averaging 20 points per game throughout the regular season. Why not come into this game with a little bit of confidence?
Yeah, we only had 4 at half-time, and well, that's not what we're used to seeing.
No, not in the slightest. Ball goes over the top, scrambling, all the players all over the place. Underneath to Akamamoy, not to be. Here goes Penrith 2-on-1, off to Goldrick.
Oh, yes. That's what I like to see. Someone taking it strong to the hoop. You get the 2, get the foul, +1.
Which is a brilliant play because in the warm-ups, he was hopping, he was jumping, he was dunking, reverse dunks off the backboard. So we know he's capable of doing that.
Well, I think the early ball was the secret there because the outlet from underneath the defensive board almost out to half-time. Then he's got it with plenty of room to get his feet right and sort of drive it hard to the hoop.
Yeah, if only I could do the same. I don't have that athleticism. Do play basketball, but it's not the same as this young man from Penrith. The team from the foot of the mountains. It's cold there. It's pretty nippy here inside the stadium, so if you think you're coming, make sure you bring your jumpers. Because I don't have one and I'm a little bit cold, so make sure you do that. Remember, reminder, you can catch all the action of every game from Grand Final Day on the Spalding Waratah League Facebook page. We'll be taking you through action just like this as Goldrick tries to do it again.
Oh!
But it's a Central Coast ball. Well, the crowd's going berserk, and you wonder why, because he just turns it over, but they've gone absolutely crazy.
Well, it looked like Cracknell blocked that shot.
Yeah, it did. It did. But they've still gone berserk.
Oh!
Whitmore. And the crowd's standing up because Whitmore knows he just got a three-pointer in. And he could not be more ecstatic about it.
How often do you see that, though? One team doesn't get the call, the other team comes down the court and nails the big bucket. Oh, yes, good setup, good setup. Draw 2 men, dish it off.
That's exactly right. You're not going to stop a big body like Shepherd underneath that basket. Again, just facilitating. You must enjoy watching that.
It's the control factor. Yeah, they're not rushing.
Right, they are super composed. We can see that as timeout's being called from Penrith. By Penrith, I should say, and well, just trying to work out what's going on.
It started out much the same as the second quarter in trading baskets up and down the court. So Penrith need to not let another run come from the Crusaders, because I think that would be very, very difficult to pull back in the last quarter. They need to go in to the fourth quarter not being in double digits behind.
That's it. And timeout in the third quarter, 5.5 to go. It's massive. We've got some big plays. There's a bit of controversy behind a timeout. But anyway, what will be 16-point game. And it just seems like it's all Central Coast at the moment, doesn't it?
It does, but since Penrith have gone to the zone, that will give them the opportunity to get their fast break running. And they've gotten away 2 or 3 times in their last plays on that break. So let's just see if they continue in that zone.
We'll see what they can come up with.
But they've got to get to the shooters. The zone can't be lazy. Fill it inside, but 1 man to the shooter.
That's right. The boys from Central Coast up against the boys from Penrith. Should I say young men? So let's see how this goes. 5.5 to go in the third quarter.
Yep, they're up pressing again.
Well, they're getting touches, which is the most important thing. But let's see how they recover. As Whitmore.
Oh!
Again. Now, let me tell you, Rick, you've got the stat sheet in front of you. How many threes did Whitmore hit leading into the third quarter? I'll have a look for you now.
3 from 4.
All right, so he's probably hit about 5 threes. Single-handedly keeping Central Coast in the lead.
Oh, nicely saved.
Great job, but even better defense.
Yes. Persistence.
And that's the key. The key from Shepherd is persistence, and that's what he can do.
Well, the interesting thing of that last play down here, the press slowed them up in the backcourt, and the one thing you want to have a press is to get the opposition to take an early shot. Well, Crusaders sort of obliged, took the early shot, but nailed the 3. So it was the early shot that hurt them.
That's it. That's exactly it. As Akamamo comes off for a breather, behind me stands Tommy Gale. He's got a big game coming up. Norths versus Sutherland. You can watch all the action and listen to the game between Sutherland and Norths. I'll be taking you through it, as will Susie Walmsley. Jam-packed indeed, but first we've got to get through this game. Left-handed, silky, smooth finish.
Step away from the big man. Well, when Akamamo came off, that was on his 3rd foul, so I think the coach is protecting him there.
It's Cracknell once again. Takes after his dad. These touches are killing Penrith. They're just getting their hands in the passing lane. And it's really hurting them, isn't it?
Yep.
It really is. Some early movement by Central Coast. You'd think they're looking for the alley-oop. Here comes Whitmore. We're loving this alley-oop indeed, as Cooper tries to go for it. Well, I'm not trying to be Nostradamus, but I think I called that just before it happened. Gee, that's a brilliant play by Charlton. Maybe he's finally starting to hit his straps. What a moment.
That was huge, and considering he got fouled, he was on a fadeaway from 3 suburbs away. That was huge.
Massive play. 16 points down, under 4 minutes to go. And we are loving this game. Rick, because you'd have to say in the last 3 to 4 minutes, Penrith have been the team that's been well inclined to take over.
Well, they've lifted their intensity, but the scoreline is still, 15 points. You'd like to think that from a press, you start to reduce that gap, but no, they're not putting enough pressure on the ball. when you put a press on, you've got to have two guys smothering the ball. That pass is not on. Whoa, here's our man. He's back again.
Well, 4 threes for Max Cooper off the bench, and just when you thought Penrith were getting back into it, it's not really to be, but Shepherd once again is just that good. He's loving what he's seeing.
Well,
the basket.
Unfortunately, the big man there, Shepherd, great move, made the basket, and then gave away the unsportsmanlike foul. Totally unnecessary. You know, I can't understand why. There's no reason for it. He's just put his team back behind the 8 ball.
You know, it's interesting you say that, because sometimes when you play basketball, you get so carried away after the basket, all you want to do is just run and walk in a certain direction. And, you know, in that situation, it was a bit of a mixed decision, because, you had a few Central Coast plays in the way, like Rebellion, and that will happen. There's no warnings, just give it straight away. Well,
it was unfortunately, clear cut. He just sort of put his hands out, gave the guy a good, push in the chest to get rid of him. It was silly.
Yeah, it was. But it gives Rebellion an opportunity to convert at least one out of the two, because he missed the first one. Three to go, he makes it. What a moment.
Well, we made 2 from 2 in the first half, so I guess he was the right guy to put to the line.
That's right. Well, the Crusaders 60 points to 43 up. Their fans, they're not getting too excited yet, but they know they've got a sufficient lead here to maybe even win the grand final here in the Youth League Division 1 comp.
But good, at this rate, good ball movement. Yeah, the man's out. No, he's not going to get to that.
Oh, just toss it back in. Unlucky, but it was the right run, right feed. The outlet pass just wasn't to be.
Too big. Way too big.
Way too big. A push there.
I think he got bailed out there a bit. He'd lost his balance. He lost control, and a bit lucky.
Yeah, it was. It was a bit lucky, but they'll go to the line for 2 more, because they are in foul trouble. The Panthers.
Well, that looked like Paris, I think, got that. Well, yeah, that's his 4th foul, so he'll come out for a breather.
Well, you've got to sub it up, don't you? Because you need Paris on the court in the 4th.
Yeah, they're not going to risk that 5th foul with 3 minutes to go.
No, most certainly not. You just can't help but think that Crusaders, with their hefty lead, would have to do something horribly wrong to lose this game with such a big margin.
Well, I know it's early probably to start talking about it, but you'd see the game now is that Penrith would struggle to win it. Crusaders would have to lose it.
That's right. That's right. But you can rotate a guy like Paris and put on a guy like Caban on. It does help, because he's made a big difference to this side when he's come on the court.
Well, similar style of game. I just noticed the way he took the ball with the hoop there, the same way Paris was for doing it, and it's like for like.
That's it. It's as easy as that. I mean, great options for when you really want it. Miss shot. Free throw. It looks stuck. Rebellion needs to get the ball out of there.
Yeah, he's going for it. That's good. That's good. More pressure. Just get it out, set it up.
Some of these touches.
Whoa!
Well, you wonder how Caban got that in. When Whitmore was playing lockdown D, great D, even better offense.
Well, the D was there. He took the bump and probably helped him sort of with his sort of fade a bit and get away from the D to get in the air. But a tough shot.
That's right. As Ezra Ganson fought with
nice.
Sensational move.
And not his first for the night either.
No. The bench gets up and applauds. What keeps them with a big lead. Just backing down, using his body. It's great to see. As Josh Shepherd comes off, on comes Noel Massimo for a stint on the court. But I will say this, Penrith have really kept Central Coast quiet in some avenues of this match.
Yes, I think the Crusaders just have a few more options to go to.
Yeah, they've got something there. Charlton from the top of the three-point line will get fouled, and he'll go to the line for three.
Very clumsy foul.
Look, that play there was drawn up for him because he can do that, and he's shown he's capable of doing that.
Yes, it was very lazy defence coming through, and the old adage, don't foul a three-pointer.
Yeah, that's right. Because you'll go to the line and try and knock down three, but two to come. As Titus looks like he's coming on soon. To have a chance to help this Crusaders team to more glory. 2 minutes to go. You'd think they'd give a lot of these starters a break. They like their chances.
Ooh.
3 missed free throws from Charlton. That is unusual, but that just pretty much sums up their afternoon, or their morning for that matter.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that.
No, they didn't, but Maxi Cooper. That's about 6 threes for him, my word.
That's fabulous for the young kid.
A young kid that can seriously shoot the ball.
Oh, yes, nice. Oh.
Do you think he could call a foul on Central Coast? 21-point game. The Crusaders lead Penrith.
Yeah, that was a strong move to the basket, and there's a heck of a lot of body contact.
I mean, just being able to get back into it. Ganson fought. I think that's his 4th foul. So he takes a break.
No, I think he's gone. I think that's 5 for the day.
5 fouls. Well, they've got a pretty loaded bench. Mind you, their bench is stacked, so if one person comes off, they've got someone to replace him.
Yeah, they've had a strong squad when you consider they've got, I think, 4 players sitting on the end of the bench that, you know, are part of their group and didn't make the final cut for this weekend.
That's right. That's right, and you tend to question some of Penrith's coaching techniques because Cooper's been so dangerous on the three-point line. It's really surprising how they haven't locked him down yet. Move for Whitmore, 1 minute 12 to go. They'll launch it. Rebound by Titus. When we talk about offensive rebounds, nothing comes much more effective than that play by Titus.
Of course, one of the things playing a zone defence is you do not give up rebounds to the opposition, and that was just too easy. He just ran in and no one put any body on him, no one took up space. I think their zone needs some energy.
And that's the hardest part for Goldrick, just knowing that they need him out there, but he travelled. He needs a bit of a breather just to get his mind back intact.
Well, now it's back to man-to-man.
Great D. Here comes Rebellion. Off to Whitmore. Good touch by Caban. Even better work by Whitmore. How he managed that. It's a great bit of work, great bit of play.
I think he wanted that shot, but get it out of here, says Caban.
Great D. He makes up for the lost ball. The mistake. Some of these young kids, they seriously go, don't they? I mean, the adrenaline pumping through these guys.
I mean, for Caban to pick himself up off the floor and to race back here and put the pressure on and then block the shot, hey, can't ask any more from him.
No, you can't. You can't. Simply genius.
Well, referee's having a little conflab here.
Just having a word to each other, working out what needs to be done. Shot clock violation. Ball goes to Penrith. At the end of the day, Great D deserves rewards. That's the biggest thing. Here come the Panthers. What can they do? There'll be 2 shots left. We're able to convert this into points. Here we go. It's Cabana Whitmore. They love this isolation.
Oh!
Great D by Whitmore.
Took it right out of his hands.
It's huge. They're going at it.
Let's see if Crusaders can milk it down. 7 seconds to go.
And there's a foul. They'll go to the line for 2 more. Can they make it even more of a lead? Can Panthers get back to this game, though? I mean, we did say that they scored 20-odd points in the second quarter, so it is possible. Unlikely.
Yeah, but coming back from 22 down at this point in time, with 1 quarter to go, it's a tough ask. And I just don't know that Penrith have got the energy out there.
Just to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And that's for sure. But, you know, the rotation for Central Coast, as we did say, they've got a massive team.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of depth. Penrith, I don't know, have the same amount of depth as these guys do. So moving from Caban in early. 3 free throws to come with a foul on their number 9, Daniel Titus. Sorry, on the number 9 for Penrith. We don't have, but it's Achimpong. He had to change jerseys just to confirm he'd moved from 10 to 9 because he had to. I think that was a bit of a blood rule.
Yes, he had to leave the court earlier in the first half there and change his singlet.
That's right. The clock's still winding down, which is probably not, that shouldn't be the case, we wouldn't have thought.
It's probably only about half a second to go. I think the clock ran on and didn't stop on the whistle.
So they're going back. Retracking the steps. Achimpong to score a basket, and he does too.
Yeah, I don't think Cooper's going to give him that 3-pointer. He's saying, I'm king of the threes today.
Well, it's still not enough. He's got 1 more to come.
Ah, they blew it. Oh, we got to go and do it again.
A big moment. But that's what happens sometimes, you know, electricity goes out. We all know sometimes it's unfortunate, to say the least, but
I think it's the nervous finger. I'd hate to be stopping it on half a second or whatever it's going to be.
Sort of say they can't go back and do that second again.
I guess we could call it from up here, couldn't we?
Well, we could. We definitely could. So you got to give credit to the Basketball New South Wales staff as well for a wonderful weekend. Working hard. They're doing everything they can. Rick, you're part of that.
Well, everything's gone so smoothly. You know.
It has. Yeah, it has.
And I think that's the best sign, is when you don't notice anything.
Yeah. That's right. Well, you know it's worked a treat. So that's what we'll see. So let's see if the magic finger will work. 5 seconds on the clock. Will they manage to
practice a couple?
To pause
practice
it?
a couple. Practice a couple.
Oh, 2.3. Do we give them a round of applause?
Stop. No more. Don't risk it. 0.8 or 0.6, it doesn't make any difference.
Just do it. That's right. That's exactly it. Three-quarter time. Why not go for it as Whitmore just throws it up. Three-quarter time, 70 points to 49. Central Coast lead the Penrith Panthers in what has been somewhat of a demolition party for Central Coast, and they've never really looked like they've been in doubt.
No, they've been in control all the way. And when you look at, they've got 70 points at three-quarter time. That's a great effort, on the scoring line. And to hold the opposition to 49, again, a great job. So it's not as if they're just trying to outgun or out-defend. They're doing both.
That's exactly right. And that's what we're finding. We might see some garbage time minutes to Central Coast, but still 21 points. I mean, it's been done before. That's the thing. It's not easy to do, but it has been done.
Oh, look, anything is possible. I've been in games where I've seen 9-10 points scored in the last minute and a half to win a game. So nothing's impossible. When you think though what they've scored was 349, what's that? 16 points on average a quarter. They've got to almost double that and hold the Crusaders to 10 or 12 points. Big ask.
Oh, it's a mammoth ask, isn't it? We're going to get the stats in a second to update everyone with what's going on in this match. So we'll get there in a second for you. Thank you. So, Rick, what stands out to you just by looking at the three-quarter time stats?
Well, I think the overall team numbers were brilliant. We've got Richie Whitmore on 19 points. And Max Cooper, wow, what a day he's having on 15 points for the Crusaders. Big points. Whereas when we look down the Penrith Panthers, we've only got one player in double figures. That's Josh Shepherd, the big boy. He's on 10 points. Everyone else is in single. Now, everyone's been contributing, but you need some big numbers there to sort of bridge that gap. And Penrith just at the moment aren't producing them. We talked about Lachlan Carlton before the game, averaging 20 points a game. Well, he's got 7, but it doesn't even look like breaking out.
No, he doesn't, does he? And he's really struggled to get any sort of efficiency in his game. And this seems to be the case here. As we'll go with Whitmore. Outstanding work. And they'll keep moving the ball, Central Coast. It's a big plays now by JC, Jacob Cracknell.
Oh, great pass.
Driving down the baseline, goes Akamamoy, and it'll go out of bounds.
We've got a foul call there. Thomas Cowell. That's only his first.
Yeah, a few more baskets you'll find here for Central Coast. Will really put the pressure on Penrith. Will make them struggle as Ollie Rebillard with a deep three. He was sort of fading away on that one. If he shot normally, you never know what could have happened.
Well, he seemed to have plenty of time, and maybe that's the trouble, too much time.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit too much. Yeah. Foul on the floor. Says the refs. We've got a few more games to come this afternoon on the show court, which is where we are now. We've got a big game coming up between Sutherland and Norths at 2 o'clock. We'll bring you all the action for that one.
Of course, the big news there, fouled underneath the basket. No, the big news there, as we were talking about earlier, is Renee Garlop, unfortunately, tragically, did a knee in the semi-final. It's going to be a huge loss to the Bears. It was disappointing because I was looking forward to seeing her. She's just an exceptional athlete going around, and a grand final would be her game.
That'll be ginormous. It is a shame. I saw her on crutches earlier. And just how will they contain Shyla Hill? That's the big question on everyone's lips. Under 17 Australian player, of course. So it's huge, to be so young and so dominant in the championship division is no easy feat.
I mean, Hill is tough to handle, but I do believe that Norths have got the guards that can come out and make it very, very difficult for her.
That's right. Very difficult. So we'll see how that game goes. I'm excited to bring it to you. It'll be good to watch. As Whitmore can't believe that he's actually fouled.
He was working so hard down there.
Yeah, he was.
Trying to contain a bigger man.
He really was. Let's see what they can do. A couple of threes, he would do them well.
There comes one. Oh, it's a mile short.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you have those games. You don't want it in a grand final, but sometimes you do.
Too much of a body check there on the dribbler, so put him way off balance, made the shot almost impossible.
That's right.
Akamar Moy will go to the line now and try and ice these two.
You know what, sometimes you get caught up, don't you, when you play, that you feel like you got to rush things when you're so far behind. But it's not always the case.
Well, it comes from in that situation there, the defence just being on the back foot. You know, you're behind, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be taking that lane away from him. You know, don't let him drive into the middle of the keyhole.
You've got to be hard and fast. And Akamamoy is exactly that.
Well, you never let a dribbler dribble where he wants to dribble. You've got to push him out of what he wants to do.
That's the first rule when you play. It's amazing to think that Charlton's played the whole game so far without even a breather. I can't remember the last time I saw him off the court. This client gives it off to Massimo. Great finish.
Nice cut to the basket.
The three-point machine is coming back on the court, Cooper. I mean, if there's one thing this man is dared to do, it's just to shoot threes and put a dagger in the works for Penrith.
Oh, we've got Parrish back on the court for the Panthers. He's, as we remind you, he's got 4 fouls. So I guess he's got to try and save himself for the offensive end.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for him here. He's going to be smart. Right. He's got to be really smart. Yep. And talk about smart. Oh, it's a smart move by Brendan Ferris. Even better move by Charlton going hard to the basket. He's got 2 free throws to come. It'll help him, but will this get him started?
Well, that's Akamar Moy's 4th foul, so he's a vital part of what's happening out there for the Crusaders. His quickness is just hurting Penrith big time.
It's just the simple things as well, just the discipline that they're showing is really helping them. Just pursue things a bit further. 2 free throws missed from Charlton. I think he's missed 5 free throws already, so not ideal. Coach Sardi. Have you ever seen a more animated coach?
Charlton, I think that's 3 from 8, I think.
Sounds about right. Steve Sardi, very animated coach. He's done a great job with this Panthers team. He's done it all.
Whoops.
But unfortunately, they are stacked.
Yes.
And Cooper with another finish. But this time it wasn't a 3. It was just a normal, simple 2-point play.
Yeah, I thought he'd dribble it out the 3-point line and take that one.
No, usually that's what you tend to witness. The Coast with 7 minutes to go. At the moment it seems as though Terry Gould will be going off, because their team's done a mighty fine job. So far, they should be pretty pleased with how they're playing. That's Whitmore read it extremely well again. Mooster Billiard is has a pretty happy look on his face on the sideline. He knows that this has been a game where he can be very proud of them, win, lose or draw. It's been great. I mean, look at that lockdown D by Ferris. You got to hand it to him there. That was brilliant. They've been really good this afternoon, however you look at it. Central Coast, the Crusaders. They're marching on to glory. They have a sniff as Cooper, who has just been remarkable, outstanding, distinguished. His performance today has been nothing short of that. Wowee. I mean, we talk about point scorers.
But the beauty of it, they didn't force up. They had opportunities to force up a shot before that happened, but they waited for the right one. And the reward was there.
That's right. That's exactly right. Everyone's ecstatic for him too. Timeout called on the floor, and it's just been the Central Coast show today, the Crusaders. It's just been all them. No one's even come close from Penrith to stopping anything from happening for the Crusaders. As the live streaming boys are getting into it. Great song on right now. This reminds you back in your heyday, hey Rick? I
never get those steps right.
It's tough, isn't it? I'm not the best dancer either myself. Depending on the music, maybe.
And how dark the lights are.
Well, that's it too, yeah. Speaking of which, Aretha Franklin passed away not long ago, so that's sad news.
Absolutely sensational performer. The Queen of Soul, she was aptly named.
Yeah, she was great. She was marvellous. As it been Central Coast, back to the basketball. And, you know, it's amazing, as I said, it comes down to the bench, the rotations, but they've been pretty spot on with how they've rotated the Central Coast team.
They have. Now, we've got 5:48 on the clock. If Penrith really want to get back into this game, they've just got to give everything on defence. They've got to gamble, and they're not gambling enough on the press. On the press, you've really got to go after it and commit. You've always got your safety man back there, commit and get back. But token defence is not going to work.
No, it definitely will not. And they can't find themselves doing that. As Thomas Cowell gets caught for a personal foul. It's called for pushing. So we've only really seen one blowout this weekend, and it hasn't been too many of them.
No, you kind of hope grand final day, semi-final day, games are close. I mean, you've got the best teams.
That's right, best two teams fighting it off. Which is completely fair enough. I think both these teams have been really good all season. I mean, we look at how far Penrith have gone in such a short time.
Well, they finished first and second, so deservedly should be here.
That's it. Central Coast have been unbelievable. Again, they deserve it. It's as simple as that. That both teams deserve to be here to show us what they're made of. It's that type of action we love to see. As Goldrick takes it in.
I want to see Penrith score here to see what they do defensively. We'll see it now.
Barsett's good for action, Pong. It's going to be a three-point play, blocking foul. 5 minutes to go up. No, I'd imagine if you're a Central Coast fan or a part of the coaching staff or team, you're going to think this 5 minutes is going particularly slow.
Yeah, I can see a lot of rosemary beads up there going at the moment.
That's it.
Was that a Aretha Franklin song, Say a Little Prayer for Me? I think they need a big prayer.
They do. They need a big prayer. Miraculous prayer at that. They need some magic. They need hope, more importantly.
I'll take effort.
Effort would be more than fine.
Oh, I wanted to see him make that. Come on, pressure, 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 pressure.
That's what they do. They go down to Ferris, low on the post.
Yeah, oh, unlucky.
Unlucky finish.
Oh.
Not to be.
Wrong shot.
Wrong shot, and again, not the right play from Penrith. Goldrick gets pinned for another foul. 24 points in 4.5 minutes. It's been a blowout.
Yeah, I feel for Goldrick on that one. I think he did nothing wrong. The defence just kept angling in. The offence kept angling into him.
That's right. Coach Allback's done a really good job with this side. First place. A number of these guys are playing in the championship men's team already. They've had their moments. Stepping up. So you're going to hand it to them. These young players can play basketball. Acheampong will take it hard for a brilliant move. It's beautiful. Beautiful to see. A guy like Acheampong is so athletic, so skillful. His agility's spot on.
There's no doubting his athleticism. But I think Penrith are falling into this trap which they've been doing most of the game. You know, it's sort of almost like a one-out offense. You know, they need more ball movement.
Yeah, more ball movement, but it's trying to find themselves open. Look, I know they've got the talent to be able to do that, but you know, you look at where else Central Coast have played. It's because they've moved the ball really well.
They have. But we're seeing the Penrith players offensively standing and watching. You can't do that.
That's right. Ferris misses it. They're trying to clean it up. Ball's on the floor, double team early. Here comes Penrith. Momentum is on their side.
Ooh.
You know, it's funny I say this, but I think with Charlton off, they've actually looked a little bit more dominant at times, Penrith. Like, to say the least, like, I know Charlton's, 20 points per game. He's their marquee player, but sometimes it's about changing things up. But it has somewhat worked. Acheampong's getting his hands on the basketball a bit more, so we'll have to wait and see.
Charlton's day is finished. He's sitting on the bench.
It's all over for him, but we'll see how this game goes. If they can put a few points on the board now, Penrith, you never know what might happen. 3 shots on the foul from Cooper. Yeah, you've got to be quite gutsy to call those.
Yes.
And so how did Penrith get somewhat back into this game from here, Rick? Is it a little too late? Or?
I don't. Not from here. I mean, that was a classic example there. They got away on the break. The ball stayed with Paris. He had Goldrick running ahead across the 45. Should have gotten the ball. Layup. Yeah, they're just not picking the right options.
The right moments. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Kraken will come on and finish the game. On for Max Cooper, who deserves a massive round of applause.
What a game the boys had.
For what he's put on tonight, or today, has been remarkable. Good on him. Good on Central Coast. They found him in the right spots, and that's the biggest difference. I think they've managed to work out where their dominant players are.
Well, again, finding the open man.
It's so much easier said than done.
There, look at that. Lovely. Great pass. Akamamoy threaded the eye of the needle again there.
It's so good, isn't it? I mean, his vision, Akamamoy, is
second to none.
Brilliant.
Again, as we just said, picking the right pass to the right open man, and we had the seal on inside there, and he delivered.
He did. It's been quite easy for him as well. I mean, he's had a lot of room to move. Just the speed on some of these players working it out. Joe Crick's going to come on.
Yeah, I just think the job that Whitmore's done has just been incredibly fantastic today. He's controlled the game.
Yeah, it has been. It's been great to see.
And looking at him out there with his hands on his hips, he's feeling it. And he's sucking them up.
Yeah, he is. He's not happy about it.
He's tired, but hey, he hasn't stopped.
No, that's right. Keep playing hard and fast, and good things will happen. Acheampong cleans it, ball goes out of bounds.
And Penrith will get it back.
That's right. Step back from Charlton. Underneath goes Shepherd. The big body. Cracknell's too good, too strong. And a foul called on Charlton Acheampong as Cracknell goes to the line. And, you know, if you're going to foul, make sure that you're not on 5 fouls and you're not down by 20-odd points.
Well, if you're down by 20-odd points, maybe it's a good time to get that 5th foul and get off.
Maybe. Maybe. Walk to the sheds, have a breather, have an early shower. You know, that's just what we're seeing. We're seeing this type of magic from Central Coast, and we have seen it the whole year. It's been great. Coming up, Championship Women. Norths versus Sutherland on this court. Shyla Hill and co. Taking out Norths without Renee Garlett. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that game. Shot Whitmore underneath it. He'll take it with 2.5 minutes remaining.
Well, that game yesterday with Norths women, when you think at half-time what the Norths girls had done, and quite honestly, Renee Garlop hardly saw the ball in that first half, so they did it without her in many ways in that first half. So they've still got the players out there to do it.
That's right. That's exactly it. They're going to their bench now. They're going to play the remaining players, give them a run. Why not when you've done such a good job? 82 points to 59. Central Coast have been that good today. Akamamoy, Whitmore. They're all coming off. Celebrations have begun because Terrigal is going off. You can probably hear them screaming from the beachfront on Central Coast. Because that's just how good they've been. Acheampong over the top. What can Penrith do? Can they make their fans happy? Can they put some points on the board? Can they give us something? Anything?
We'll take 2.
Yes, we will. Paris finishes it with a 2-point play. Hamish Lotus coming off. He's been quite good today as well. A few excellent baskets in prime time. Which is great to see. Balls out, back to the Crusaders.
Yeah, strong move by Cracknell there. Saw a bit of an opening and said, I'm taking it.
And they lead 82 points to 61 with not long to go at all. Cracknell goes base. Can't pick it up.
Pass was at his ankles.
And Titus gets it, so the clock's winding down. The fans are cheering. They're excited.
Oh!
As is Crick.
Joe Crick gets on the scoreboard.
He's happy about it too. He's usually the most active on the bench as well. He gets stuck into it. We're running late on all courts today because we've got the presentations after each game, which is coming up for this Youth League men's game between Penrith and the Central Coast. Two teams that have given it their all this season, but Central Coast has been too mighty by the end of the year. Great result yesterday against Newcastle.
Oh! Put that down.
Slam it home. That's an exclamation point on a fantastic victory.
Oh, we still got a bit out there.
We've got it all. It's the type of game we've had. Penrith beat Manly in a close one. Fortunately, there was an error But back to Central Coast they go with the shield, the trophy. Champions of the Youth League Men's Division. The Central Coast, Cracknell, air ball from 3. The ball goes out of bounds. Off it goes to Penrith.
That was foul. Not sure who that one was on. Didn't seem to be much happening down there.
Yeah. Foul, and what a moment to Central Coast. Shepherd goes to the line for a couple of free throws. What he can do. The boys are already celebrating. They know they've done it. Thanks to Max Cooper and his 3-point plays. Incredible. Off to the line they go again. Well, imagine this was clutch time and Central Coast keep giving away free throws.
Yeah, unfortunately, these type of games, you can get to the stage where it gets a little ugly in the last minute or two.
That's right. It's a different ball game when you're state champions in the Youth League men. Look, Penrith, they're going to be pretty happy with what they've achieved, though, this season. Of course, we did mention that they felt in a pretty good place on the ladder. Came into this game with some expectation to perform, and, you know, they've done their best.
Look, they've done a great job to get here today. Because no one likes to lose a grand final. Everyone wants to win them.
That's right.
I spoke to Mr. Rabia before the game and congratulated him on making the final. He said, mate, it means nothing if we lose this today.
There you go. Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? I suppose all you can really think about is winning.
Well, who remembers who ran second?
True. Very true. 10 seconds to go, 8-7. Your champions of the Youth League men give it up for the Central Coast Crusaders in a blitzing. They played so well today. Congratulate them. What a win. The Crusaders have done it. They've defeated Penrith, who, mind you, have had a great season themselves. Well done to Central Coast. Well done to Penrith for having a fantastic year. What a game, what a moment. We'll bring you the presentation slowly.
So, yeah, you wouldn't expect such a turnaround, as I mentioned at the beginning of the game, that Penrith had won the 2 previous encounters, and then to go down by close enough to 20 just wasn't expected.
That's right. Look, the star power the Central Coast team has, it's no surprise that they won the game today. But, you know, Penrith, they shut down Lachlan Charlton, who was their best player leading into this game. So you've got to hand it to them. What a moment. Good on them. Good on Central Coast. Rick, thank you for joining us. What impressed you the most about this grand final?
Well, the poise, especially from the Crusaders, the poise and control, they still look more like an open division sort of team rather than youth league. I was just, the control that was out there, you know, the skill level, you know, it just augurs well for the state for, you know, many years to come. As these kids all feed through into the Waratah League, the Championship League, it's just going to make that stronger and stronger. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the future now.
Well, that's right. What a game. They're celebrating. Not bad for them. Rick, thank you for joining us for this coverage. We've got the Championship Women and the Championship Men's coming up. So we're looking forward to taking you through all that action. Rick,
thank you, my man.
All the best, eh? We'll see you soon.
Enjoy it.
Cheers. For coming out today for the youth men's grand final game. What a game we have between Central Coast and of course Penrith. Absolutely outstanding performance from Central Coast. Penrith, you should be very proud of how you played this season. I'd like to welcome Maria Nordstrom from Basketball New South Wales. She's the CEO, and Eric Keevy, who's the Advisory Committee MBL of Waratah League. He's here as well, and they're going to present the awards for Division 1 Youth Men's, the All-Star Fives. So I'd like to congratulate Lachlan Charlton, who was the All-Star 5 guard from the Penrith Panthers. The other All-Star 5 guard, Jaden Prakash from the Hills Hornets. We've got Daniel Milburn, the All-Star 5 forward from the Maitland Mustangs. The All-Star 5 forward from the Central Coast Crusaders, Thomas Akamamoy. The All-Star 5 centre, Luke Schroeder from the Manly Ringa Sea Eagles. And the MVP of the year was Daniel Milburn from the Maitland Mustangs. Defensive Player of the Year, also from the Central Coast Crusaders, Oliver Rebellion. Rookie of the Year, Lachlan McKim from the North Spears. And Coach of the Year from the Penrith Panthers, Stephen Sardi. I'd like to welcome Maria to present the grand final referees with their awards. Marco Nikolic, Luke Joseph and Chloe Erskine. I'd now like to welcome, Eric Keevy to present the runner-up trophies. I'd like to call up the captain to the microphone to make a short speech.
Firstly, I'd just like to say congratulations to Central Coast. You guys deserve it by far. You played a really hard game. Thank you to our supporters that came out from Penrith. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming. Lastly, to the boys, good season. We might have been punching above our weight a bit, being so young, making to the final, but we played hard and really proud of you guys. Thanks, fellas. Thanks to Coach Steve, Coach Paul and Coach Graham. We appreciate your efforts as well through the season. We couldn't have done it without you guys. Our manager, Tommy, thanks, big fella. And to the referees, thank you for refereeing today's game. Thank you.
Cheers, appreciate it. We're going to get them up, the Panthers, boys. Yeah. I'd like to call up the Panthers players to come and collect their trophies. So for the Panthers, we've got Thomas Cow, Samuel Paris, Daniel Goldrick, James Cabin, Kevin Achimpong, the captain Lachlan Charlton, Bailey McCurtain, Joel Klein, Norman Massimo, and Josh Shepherd.
Josh Bowley. He's one of the players who's just injured, that's all.
Oh, okay,
But
good.
he's on the out there, Josh Cowley.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. I'd also like to call up the coach of the Penrith Panthers, Stephen Sardi, as well.
Is that it?
I believe so. To present the MVP of the grand final, number 6 from the Central Coast Crusaders, Richmond Whitmore. So now I'd like to call up the captain of the Central Coast Crusaders to make a speech.
Just firstly, I'd like to thank the crowd for coming down from the Central Coast. We all really appreciate it. It's awesome to have your support here. To Hills Hornets and Basketball New South Wales, thanks for putting on a great event this weekend. We appreciate that. Penrith, it was a good game. You guys should be proud of yourself. You did well. You fought hard, and it was a good game, so well done to you guys as well. And congratulations to the boys. We're like 16, 18, 20 deep. Every man helps, and I can't thank everyone else enough on the team for the season. We've got a few leaving, and it means a lot for a few of us to go out with a title. So thank you to everyone on board with the Crusaders, and especially to Chris Holback. Thank you.
So first and foremost, let's get some of these players out here to collect their trophies. Jacob Cracknell. Hamish Loader. Tom Akamamoy. Luke Cassidy. The captain, Oliver Abiliad. Ezra Gansenfort. Daniel Titus. Max Cooper, Nick Wooler, Joe Crick, Richard Whitmore, Brandon Ferris, and Coach Chris Allback. Assistant coaches Nathan Akamamoy and Ian Abiliad.
Development players James Pennington and Jamal Crawford, Andy Oak and Sam Cracknell as well. And Ian Rebellion as assistant as well. Sorry, thanks. All right.
I'd like to welcome up Eric to present the winner's banner.
We're now going to do a special presentation, which is the first time we've actually done this. We're going to announce next year's host, and before we do that, we'd like to obviously thank Hills for holding an exceptional event with us this weekend, and thanks Steve, the board and the crew here at Hills for the fantastic work they've done over the last 2 days. And in recognition of that, I'd like to call out Steve Burke. Say thank you. Yeah. No, you can hold on to that one for a minute. Yes. And I'd also like to call out Bob Elphingston, our chairman, to come out for a minute and hold up. And we'd like to announce next year's host for the Waratah Senior League Finals weekend is going to be Gosford. And here to take over the trip for next year is Kieran Moore, the president of Gosford. Yeah. All right. Women onto the court to warm up for the championship division finals.